Aswath, I mean, I guess it's a very simple question. Either these companies were wildly overvalued in the private markets, or they are now wildly undervalued in the public markets. Which one is it?
I would replace the word valued with price. I mean, I think they were overpriced in the private market, but the private market was building to a public market that's different than the one these stocks actually came into. Because I think that if you look at the start of the year, I think that many of these stocks would have had a much better reception. I think during the course of the year, the mood and momentum has shifted in the market, partly because these private companies, I think, have been a bit arrogant about the way they've approached public markets, which is with the take it or leave it attitude on corporate governance and how these companies are structured. I think that's catching up with them.
So, Professor, when you hear, I mean, just today alone, the last 24 hours alone, when you hear Uber laying out a path to profitability by the end of 2021. You have Real making comments about profitability, Peloton stressing the move towards profitability. Do you think that the lesson has been learned there and that these companies that are now public are beginning to change the priorities and change the way they're communicating with investors?
For the moment, the lesson might have been learned, but it's never permanent. I think as long as VCs reward scaling up a lot more than building good business models, you're still going to see young companies enter the market with bad business models, which is what these companies have. So I think it would be good to say that this is a permanent shift, but for the moment, the market's taught them a lesson, and hopefully it'll stick.
So, Professor, we've spoken to you about Uber in the past. I mean, the stock closing around $28 a share today. It IPO'd at $45. Is there value to be had here?
I bought Uber, I mean, about 2 weeks ago, and I think that at 28, there's the potential, the upside there is enough for me to buy the stock. I think a lot of selling today was not about the earnings report. It's in advance of the lockup ending tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when those additional shares hit the market. I don't think there's going to be the kind of reaction you saw in Beyond Meat, but I think that's what's scaring investors today. But that's going to kind of relieve, that fear is going to get relieved in a couple of days. Let's see what happens.